Good morning guys, and I'm actually out of the house for a change. I think the last two vlogs I have not left the house, but today is Monday and it is such a beautiful spring day. It's actually sunny and warm and Ross is off work today, so I'm not on my own entertaining the baby all day long, and we are attempting to go out for some breakfast. I had lost a bit of confidence taking Teddy out recently, which I will explain later when I get home, but we're gonna go out and just get on with it and hope that he stays calm. The short story is he's been quite grumpy when we've been out and about, but yeah, I'll talk about that later. So it's nice to have Ross with me and kind of gain a bit of confidence with putting me in the pram and being out and about with him. We are going to the Waitrose Farm Shop Cafe, which is really close to where we live and we've never been. I always forget about it and people mention it. It's really fancy driving up to it though. It feels like driving up to where we got married. My hair's a bit puffy, isn't it? It's so lovely in here. There's so much space for prams and the farm shop bit looks so nice. We'll have a look around as long as this guy stays as calm as he is now. I would normally go for like avocado or scrambled eggs or something like that, but I've gone for a simple bacon sandwich today. The cakes look good. I need to talk about the cakes. The scones. Scones are my favourite. So I think that's our new favourite place. I loved it. Now Teddy's fallen asleep and this is the time of day where he needs a really good nap, and if he wakes up, all hell will break loose. So it is Operation Get him in the house still asleep. Hey bear. Hello. 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 That lasted for about 2 seconds, didn't it, Teddy? 2 seconds? We are a bit in and out today after weeks of vlogs where I have not left the house. Now I'm constantly out of the house. We're going to take the bear and the baby for a walk, and then we need to get a food shop done, so I think we're going to do what we did last time. We needed to do a food shop and I whiz round Aldi whilst Ross walks Teddy round to his parents' house, because that seemed to work nicely last time. The thing with babies, what worked once doesn't necessarily work again. Right, we're home from the dog walk and the food shop, and yeah, it was a success with Ross taking Teddy round to his mum and dad's whilst I did the shop. He stayed asleep for hours. He slept for like 3 hours this afternoon, but then he woke up really grumpy. But he's alright now. Yeah. This is the weirdest thing now. I think I've kind of said before that Teddy goes to bed at 7ish, but he keeps doing it. Like, he keeps going to bed about 7 and then we just don't hear from him again. Like, that's, well, that made it sound better than it is. I hear from him all night, but he stays asleep until about, well, gone midnight. 9 times out of 10 he'll wake up at about 12:30 after he's gone to bed at like 7ish. So yeah, I mean it's nice. I mean, I would love to have 5 hours sleep in the middle of the night, but it's also nice to have an evening. So we're now just making some dinner. We're gonna sit at the table this evening for a change. We used to always sit at the table. And what I would really like is that he did this 5 hours now, fed at midnight, and then did another 5 hours. That would be my dream. We've got baby on the monitor. Bangs and mash for dinner. This feels really strange sitting at the table actually. Now we're having a little game of Uno. This lighting is very flattering. I've never played Uno in my life until about 2-3 weeks ago, when Ross had an obsession with getting it and teaching me how to play, and it's actually really fun, easy game to play. So I need to put, I've forgotten, I put a 9 or a yellow down. Yeah. I don't mind blank there. Ross has just taken Bear out for a walk. He wasn't going to, but Bear was definitely getting restless and would have been a pain in the bum all evening if he didn't, so he's taking him out for a quick walk now. And I realised I didn't update you on how I was feeling taking Teddy out. I've always been very much someone who wanted to just get on with things and fit Teddy into normal life as much as possible and have the confidence to just get on and go out with him. But he hasn't taken to the pram very well. Like, he just is not comfortable. Well, he must be comfortable, but he just whinges when you put him in the carry cot, the lay flat bit of his pram, and it just makes certain things really difficult. So I got to a point where I felt like I could only go out with him if he was in his carrier, which as he's getting bigger is getting more difficult, because when he was tiny I could go out and eat, you know, go out for lunch or whatever and have him on me and it would be quite easy to kind of eat over him. But now he's so much bigger and the carrier is so much bigger that that's not really possible. And I was kind of I realised I was starting to put doing certain things off because I was nervous that he was just going to be screaming the whole time. Like, I couldn't really just go shopping, or I just felt very nervous about going shopping or going out for something to eat, or just, yeah, things that I thought I would find quite easy I started to feel nervous about because I just thought he was going to cry the whole time. And it all came to a bit of a head on Friday when we went out and he needed to nap, but really I should be able to put him in the pram and he naps. Like, that's what babies do, right? Like, they like the prams and they go to sleep in them, they like the motion of it. So I thought, you know, I know he's tired, I know it's nap time, but he'll be fine because he'll go to sleep in there. No, we had an epic screaming fit out in public, and not that I care what people think of me, it's not that at all, just when he's screaming I just feel so awful that something's wrong with him. I don't care what people think of me, I just don't want to put him through the stress of being uncomfortable or unhappy, and it just makes me feel like I haven't done the right thing by him if I have put him in a situation that is making him stressed and cry and upset, and that makes me upset. So that's what the problem is. And yeah, after he had an absolute meltdown on Friday, I just thought, I'm not doing this anymore, like, I'm not going to go out with him. And I texted Ross and I was like, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. And yeah, it was not good. However, on Saturday or Sunday, he was in a good mood, he wasn't particularly tired, he'd been fed, like all his needs were met. And I said to Ross, well, we were going to go out for a walk and we were going to put him in the carrier, and I said, do you know what, let's put him in the pram. And we got it out, put him in there, clipped some toys to the bar over the top so he has something to look at, and he was actually really happy. And I can't tell you how happy that made me. I just felt like a weight had been lifted, and I've come to learn that with the baby you can never count on anything, so just because something happened well once doesn't mean it will happen well the next time. But I just needed that little outing, I think, just me and Ross, to see how we got on with it and hope, well, I mean, it went well. Basically, we took him out, he was super happy, like just calm in there, and then he grizzled a tiny little bit and then he fell asleep. He quite often grizzles a little bit before he falls asleep, but basically as well, he is an okay sleeper, he's not the best at getting to sleep. So I have never really just put him down and let him go to sleep himself, and I know that's what you should do, but I don't know how, like he won't just be left to fall asleep. Either he falls asleep on the boob, which I know isn't great, or we have to like rock him to sleep. So it was really nice. I know he's in the pram, so effectively he's been rocked to sleep, but that's the most I've seen him kind of get himself to sleep in any sort of way. So with that out of the way, I felt a bit more comfortable. And then today we obviously went for breakfast, and I think I needed another outing just with Ross because Teddy is our responsibility, and it's on both of us basically. I think if I'm out with friends, as much as like my friends are lovely and would give me as much help and support as I needed, at the end of the day Ross is as much responsible for him as I am. So if I'm finding it a bit much, or you know, there's two of us to share the load, two of us to try and calm him, whereas you don't, you know, as much as your friends can be amazing, you don't have that unless it's the parents. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's just nice to go out, just me and him, to kind of reboot my confidence. And do you know what, I've just figured that I need to get on and say yes to things, because that is for my own sanity, but I also need to know when to say no to things. So if I was actually a bit nervous because I knew timings weren't quite right for taking him out on Friday anyway, so I should have probably just listened to that. So I need to say no if I'm not confident that something is right for him, and I also just need to only say yes to things that I think work for his schedule, because I know when's a good time to take him out, and that's when he slept, not when he needs a sleep in the hope that whatever I'm doing will get him to sleep. No, he needs to have already slept, and then if he falls asleep again, that's fine, but at least he'll be calm and happy and comfortable. So yeah, that's the update there. I completely lost confidence, and the last few days have been better at kind of getting a little bit of that confidence back. Oh, I just don't want to waffle on for absolutely forever for you, but I also did my filming for the Centre of Immunology last week as well. I mentioned in the last vlog that I was doing it, so that all went really well. Well, sort of. It was all very professional in my living room with a lot more camera equipment than I'm ever used to. I think I got my words out. I get really worried that I'm just going to waffle, because I waffle on these vlogs, but I just don't let you guys know. I just cut it all out before it gets to you. So I hope they got what they needed from me. They did want to have a bit more filming with Teddy, I think, but yeah, he was ready for a nap, put it that way. But if I have anything that I can share with you guys, I will. Probably, well, I don't know what format I'll have. Maybe Instagram. Maybe I can insert some clips in here when they send it to me, but I will keep you updated. So I am going to do the glamorous task of pumping. Because we know that Teddy is down for the evening now, I'm trying to pump every evening so that, well, I mean, I think it's good for my, like, I don't want my boobs to get too engorged, because I won't feed him now for probably another 4 hours. Well, otherwise it'd be like 6 hours without feeding him, so yeah. And then it just means that because he's getting slightly warming to the bottle, so there's a chance that he might take a bottle at some point, so I may as well get a bit of a milk supply up. So I'm going to watch these tenders and pump while I wait for Ross to get home. Good morning guys, it is Friday, and this is actually the first day that I've had to be on my own with Teddy all week. I've had mum support and husband support all week. Obviously the last day I vlogged was Monday and Ross had the day off, and then my mum, or Ross's mum, has been here since. So that's quite nice. Although today I feel like it might be quite nice just to be at home and have a chilled day with my boy. Hopefully chilled. I mean, that's never guaranteed, is it? I'm just sorting my face out, and then I need to take the dog for a walk, and hopefully he'll have a nap. Well, he will have a nap. I need to feed him probably before we go. Oh, I've got a fun story about feeding him this week. I've got the TV on for him. He just quite likes the coloured pictures. Let me see if I can put this down, and then I can't waste time by just vlogging and not doing something at the same time. Hang on. There we go. Not the best angle, but there we go. So let me turn that down. On Tuesday, I took Bear out for a walk in the morning and had Teddy in his carrier. I don't know whether to try and put him in his cot this morning. His pram, but then he won't go straight to sleep, and we risk an absolute meltdown, because he is getting better with it, but it's not like a guaranteed happy boy and then asleep thing. Basically waffling, sorry. Had Teddy in his sling, and he was getting really agitated and like banging his head against my chest a lot, which kind of means feed me. And so I had to stop on a street corner, which makes it sound worse than it is, like, but it was not glamorous, and put my foot on the dog lead to keep him in place whilst he barked, went absolutely mental at something that he'd spotted. I don't know what it was. And fed Teddy. Just stood there and fed him at 8 o'clock in the morning. Loads of people going by in their morning commute, and I'm just there like, morning. Oh god. Yesterday wasn't as particularly fun either, because he pooed on a prickly plant that stung me when I went to pick his poo up. Picking his poo up is so difficult to like bend down and balance with Teddy in his carrier. You're getting grumpy? Yeah, this is by far the most stressful part of my day most of the time, because I'm constantly thinking about the time in the morning, because I'm thinking, has Bear waited too long for his walk? Am I timing it right for when Teddy's going to get grumpy before his next nap? Have I fed him? Have I put the right clothes on him? Oh, like the amount of worry that I have before I go, and then when I go, fun things like that happen. Oh, and yeah, he wanted to chase a cat yesterday as well, so that was fun, because I'm like getting pulled around on the lead whilst I've got him asleep in his carrier. Yeah, it's really fun. Love walking the dog in the morning. I know that I hate to moan about it, because I do love walking him. Like, I love my Poochie, but it's just really difficult to juggle it all in the mornings. On Tuesday it was really nice actually, because my mum was here and I'd fed Teddy. He'd had a really good feed in the morning, and I knew that he just needed to have a nap next, so I left him with her for her to get him to sleep. Note that I say get him to sleep. My baby does not just drift off peacefully when it's time for a nap. No, we have to get him to sleep. He 9 times out of 10 gets himself overtired. I mean, I do everything I can to try and catch him before he gets to that point, but he's really difficult to get to sleep. Once he's asleep it's great, because then I know that I'm going to have a happy baby at the other end of that nap, but you just like to avoid naps, don't you? And oh yeah, so finish that story. So mum got him to sleep and I took Bear out on my own for an hour around the big field, and it was so lovely. It was so peaceful. There was no bump, there was no baby, and it was just nice to take him out and give him what he needed in the morning and know that his needs had been met before I needed to do anything else with Teddy that day. I am, however, dropping him off at Ross's mum and dad's, although his dad's not there this weekend or today. So it's just with his mum, so I'm going to make sure that he has a walk beforehand. Usually he gets picked up and taken out for a long walk, but I'm going to take him out because he hasn't even had a wee this morning. He refused to go out into the garden for a wee, and he's currently asleep on the armchair. So yeah, I need to sort this face out, because then after the dog walk and all that fun is done, we go to baby sensory this morning. So that's another reason why I want to make sure he has a good nap, because I want him to get the most out of baby sensory as he can. So yeah, that's my morning. Teddy's new favourite thing, I say new favourite thing, I don't think he's really had many favourite things, but it's to carry his little muslin around. He just likes to hold it and put it in his mouth, which is quite cute. Quite cute, isn't it, mister? Look how big you are now. Got stuck in a hole of looking at old vlogs, like the first vlogs that I did with him, like when we brought him home. Oh my gosh, like I thought he is a big baby, but I thought he was always massive, but he was so tiny compared to what he is now, and all like curled up, and oh, now you're just a big long monster. Look how long he is. Look how long you are. You're 2.5 months old. He's 11 weeks today. A moment where Teddy's happy in his pram. Very proud to say we've managed to make it out for a very quick pram dog walk, just so that he can go to the toilet before I put him in the car, because I just feel mean if I take him straight out without he's even had a chance to go to the toilet. So hopefully he will just get on and do that, because I feel like I'm on a time limit of when Teddy's going to get grumpy. After the stressful moments that I've had with Teddy in this pram, I can't tell you how happy it makes me when he has a calm moment in there. Oh, but the joys of dog walking are no simpler with the pram really, because I've got the pram in one hand, the dog in the other. The dog doesn't understand that I'm attached to the pram and that he can't just pull me off in any direction. So yeah, more fun with the dog and baby. Happy you are, Teddy. I love this happy baby. This one's my favourite. Right, I've loaded the car up. I've managed to get the pram in the car really easily, in the back of the car, not the boot, because I need to take Bear with me. And it's the first time I've gone out with the pram and the dog at the same time, and actually it's fit perfectly. The Bugaboo Fox has fit perfectly in the back of our car, which is a Volkswagen Tiguan. If that's of any use to anybody, that piece of information, there you go. And it's a bit early, but I think I'm going to leave now, and hopefully with any luck he might have another little nap before we get to sensory. That could be very wishful thinking, and it could just go very wrong and end up with screaming in the car. So let's just give it a go and we'll see. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh, also, I've made our lunch already, mine and Ross's lunch, so that we can come home and have that together. And, well, another reason why I've made it already is so that if he's asleep, I know this sounds so bad, if he is asleep in the car when I get back from sensory, I'm just going to stay there and let him sleep. So if Ross then comes home, he can come in and get the lunches and we can have a car picnic. And I'm going to put Sarah Tasker's book, #authentic, into the car so that I can potentially sit and read that as well. So I'm like stocking myself up for a potential car nap when we come back from sensory, fingers crossed, because then he might have a really nice nap at a really good time of the day. So yeah, let's just see what happens. I think the car nap might be on. I've just got onto the driveway. I undid my seatbelt and that made him whinge because it clinked on the side of the car, like the inside bit. So I drove up and down my road and I think he's gone back to sleep. I just fancy chilling. It's nice out here. Bit of peace and quiet, make sure he has a good sleep, means that he'll wake up in a good mood. Next step is to try and switch the engine off and see if that succeeds. Oh, also, just as we were about to leave the house earlier, which I think the last time I vlogged, I picked him up to put him in his car seat and I was like, you stink. Oh, there was a huge poo in that nappy. Nope, he's awake. About to kick off. There's no point me keep driving up the road to get him to sleep because ultimately he doesn't want to be asleep, does he? So I'm gonna get him in the house. Look how cute he is. I've just taken some really nice photos of him with his daddy.
Oh.
Teddy has been so lovely and chill today. And by chill, I mostly mean asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take a little sleepy day. It was quite nice to just cuddle with my boy on the sofa. And I caught up on The Bay. You guys watching The Bay? I'm enjoying it. ITV drama. You know how I like an ITV drama. And it's now coming up to 5:30. Yeah, he slept from about 3:30 till 5. It was lovely. Watched EastEnders as well. And I just sat there. I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and just cuddle him and watch telly for a change. I'm not gonna run around and try and do things and put him down while I sleep. Well, he sleeps, sorry. And now I've made myself an early dinner because Ross is going out tonight. And because Teddy goes to bed at like 7 and that's it for the night. I really should stop saying that because if I keep saying it, he'll stop. Yeah, so I'm having an early dinner so that I've eaten and hopefully can just have a bath. And I'm probably going to watch Sam and Billy Fairs on the iPad while I'm in the bath. That is the plan. So yeah, I'm just going to eat my spaghetti and make silly faces at Teddy while I do it to keep him occupied. You like holding that, Muslim? What are you looking at over there? Is that good? Yeah, you like it on the worktop, don't you? That's your favourite place to sit. I just managed to do the calmest bedtime with Teddy ever. It was lovely. Just gave him his bath, had him in here on his changing table for a little bit, took him in the bedroom and just chatted to him, sang to him for a little bit, just in his nappy, because he quite likes feeling just his nappy, and then put him in his pyjamas, gave him a feed, and then calmly put him down. It was lovely. I figured out that he really doesn't like to go downstairs after his bath. I know that sounds really weird, but it's almost like he thinks bath time leads to bedtime, so once I'm up here, that's it. Like, he just stays really calm if you just keep him upstairs. He just gets really ratty if you take him downstairs, and like, we've done it a couple of times where we thought maybe he had a bit more life left in him for the evening, but no, he was ready for bed and he wanted to just be upstairs. So it's quite nice just to potter about upstairs and just chat to him and slowly get him ready for bed. Yeah, he just went down so calmly. So he should stay, like he normally stays like that. So this mum's gonna have a bath. Oh, that is if running the bath doesn't disturb him. That's my next test. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about running the bath actually. That bath was so relaxing. I stayed in there for pretty much a whole hour, I think. I have not done a very good job of taking my eye makeup off, have I? I look delightful, don't I? And yeah, I've just had a really chilled evening. I did not expect to have evenings like this for a long time. I didn't, yeah, well, nobody expects babies to do anything at all today, but this is just what Teddy's decided he's gonna do. So it'll probably change before I know it, so I'm just gonna take it while it lasts. I think my bath may have had quite a lot of breast milk in it. As I was letting the water go, I was thinking it looks really milky. But that's a good thing, isn't it? Because breast milk's supposed to be really good for you in the bath. So I'm gonna have baby soft skin. I have just sat and done my expressing for the evening. So I'm getting about 3 ounces an evening. So I'm just stacking it up and put it in the freezer. Keeping some back to use to practice him using the bottle. So I've got some like hair on my face or something. But that is going to be the end of this week's vlog because I am just going to sort this milk out and then I'm going to go to bed. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's. I feel like today was actually a bit more, well, actually no, this whole vlog was probably a little bit more lively than it has been lately. It's been nice to get out and about, and I had such a lovely day today. Well, actually both days I've vlogged today, both days I've vlogged this week have been such lovely days where Teddy has been in such a good mood, and it just makes such a difference. Like, good mood and lots of naps make for a happy mummy. I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember now. So all I'm going to say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Are you following me on Instagram? I'd love it if you were. I've had my numbers going up and down like mad lately, so make sure you're following. I haven't vlogged for a while, but I'm hoping to get back to writing. Writing is something that takes a big chunk of time and hasn't been particularly possible in the last 2.5 months with Teddy around, but I'll get back to it. I definitely will. I just need to give myself the time that I need. But links are below to my blog and Twitter. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Please subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you did. Loads of you aren't. I know the stats. There's like 60% that isn't subscribed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you next week.